What's wrong with you? Didn't I tell you to leave that mess downstairs? Okay. So, a few years after Robert died, that homewrecker decided to show up on my doorstep with that suitcase. She told me that her and my husband were in love, and those letters were her way of proving it.
Did you read these?
One, I didn't need to read the others.
You need to read all of them.
I didn't read them then, and I'm not reading them today.
You need to see this, especially this
Didn't
one.
I just tell you?
Shirley, please.
Daughter. Daughter?
I mean, an affair is one thing, but to have had a child with that woman is a whole other thing.
It is. But I can't believe he never said anything about a child.
He really took that secret to the grave. How are you going to tell Angie?
I'm not.
Shirley, you can't be serious. You have to tell her.
She's my daughter, and I believe that she's better off not knowing.
Well. What is she better off not knowing?
I can't hear you, Faye.
What she's better off not knowing. I mean, that was a clip from Woman to Woman. That is the most popular movie on Tubi right now. That is directed by Tonja, the Shoe Lady Ayers, who I interviewed with several weeks ago. So please make sure you check that out. And so she is here, the star of that movie that plays Shirley. And so you see what that is all about. Please make sure you check out that movie, along with all the other work she has done so far. So I had to make sure that I put my bra on so I can introduce to you and to present to others Miss Krystal Monique, y'all. Yes, so there she is, Krystal Monique in the building. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now, Krystal?
I can't hear you. I can hear the clapping. I can't hear you.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's interesting. Now, how about now?
You want me to go out and come back in?
Yes, please.
Okay,
yes,
I'll go out and come back in.
Can you guys in the comments, can y'all hear me? Yeah, I heard Roland Rebel. Thank you for being here. Can you hear me though? Please make sure you if you're in the building, just even if you don't want to be in the chat too long, just let me know if you can hear me. You guys out there, can you just let me know. All right, thank you, Tony. Thank you. But it's like it's so hard. It's like I want to resolve the issue, but I don't want to resolve it while I'm doing my intro. I just wish they could just allow me the opportunity to at least do the intro first before before we get to the bottom of the sound issue. That was my issue. Like just wait till I do my intro first. Okay. All right. All right. Everything all right now?
Everything is good. Everything is good.
All right. But I was like, I wish you just would have waited until my intro. I'm like, they can hear what you were saying during my intro. I'm like, That's why I was like, can you wait?
I'm sorry. I don't even have my glasses on right now. I'm like,
she just wait. But you're not the only one that did that. I had this interview with Theo Wilson. He's all up in my intro. Babe, hello, babe. I'm like,
yeah. And then the alarm car next door was going off. I'm like,
yeah, right.
I want that alarm car to go off. Like, I
was like, I'm gonna have to put y'all on mute while I do this.
You might have to. You really
Yeah,
might have to.
yeah, but you two be acting up sometimes too. So I'm sorry about that. Yeah.
No, you're fine.
But I'm glad you're able to hear me now. And so thank you so much for being here. And thank you, Miss Stevie. Thank you. She said you both look beautiful.
Thank you.
And shout out to Roland Rebel. Thank you for being here. And so thank you so much. I mean, there's been a couple of reschedules. So, but but you're here. You're here with us right now.
I am.
So that's
I
good.
am.
Yeah. And we're gonna talk about, you because we talked about, your procedure and how image affects us as women, especially. So I definitely
Yeah.
want to put a pin on that one, because
Okay.
I actually spoke on that the day of the interview. I actually came on live and I spoke about that,
Oh, okay. Okay.
yeah. So yeah, hi Tooks. Yeah, so now so I always like to start but yeah, going into that clip, by the way, was your house used for woman to woman set? Because it looked like the house that was used in the movie.
No, so that was actually one of Tanja's friends' homes.
Oh, okay.
That was when she had did the interview with you. I think she had spoke about it a little bit. So that was actually the house that we used.
Oh yeah, yeah. Because she showed
Beautiful.
us. Oh, she
Yeah.
showed her
Yeah.
some of like the studio rooms, and I thought that was so
Yes.
cool. That's like a little
Yes.
mini Tyler Perry studio. Yeah.
Yes, it is. It really is. It's amazing what they're doing.
Yeah, I
Amazing.
like it. Yeah, because it kind of looks similar to that scene when you and Barbara were talking. Yeah, that's
Oh, the
it looks
kitchen
just like,
part. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, so like I was saying before, you guys, those who are in the building, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate the support that I'm getting. Make sure you check out Woman to Woman. That is one of the most popular movies on Tubi right now. That's directed by Tonja, Shoe Lady Ayers, who I interviewed with several weeks ago. Like I mentioned during the intro, that you hear Krystal speaking on. So she, that I was trying to tell you all that.
And I done messed it all up.
Yeah,
Lord.
I'm not gonna let that go, right? I'm gonna still I'm not gonna let that go, right? Yeah, so please make sure you check that out. And so before we get into your journey as an actress, I definitely want to get into the beginnings. I love to hear about the stories, the backstories, because there was a backstory of where you started out in childhood. I'd like to take it there. Were you raised in a two-parent household, single parent, siblings, cousins, hopscotch, coming in after dark, ration out food, bunk beds, or did you come from a gated community? Did you come from a working class family? Did you come from a little bit more privileged? Like, can you give us some memories of that childhood?
So I do come from a two-parent household. My mother and my father, we grew up in the church. So I grew up in the
Good.
church, Kojic growing up, Church God in Christ.
Yeah, okay.
So I actually started off as having a strict upbringing. Like I wasn't allowed to wear pants or anything
Right.
like,
No lipstick.
know,
Yeah.
nothing. Okay.
No secular
Um,
music. Mm-hmm.
no secular music, anything. So like sometimes like when people ask me about certain songs, I won't know, but it's simply because I wasn't allowed to listen
Listen
to
to it.
certain music or whatever. I had to sneak and listen to it. But yeah, so I have two sisters, and then I have another sister as well that my parents raised. They raised her since she was about 12 or 13. Um, they had they used to visit her in jail. She was in jail, and then they ended up taking her on. So that's my other sister as well. And then I also have a brother. So there's quite a few of us. But yeah,
Oh, good. Okay. And
yeah.
where was this? Where were you born and raised?
I was born and raised in Toledo, Ohio.
Oh,
Toledo,
Ohio.
Toledo,
Oh, there's
Ohio.
some great music in Ohio. Oh, I'm gonna have fun
Yeah,
with you later
yeah.
on. Oh, okay. You got my birthday twin, Howard Hewitt. He's one of my favorite singers, as
Yes,
well as Shirley Murdoch. And
yes, yeah.
I think is it Roger Troutman also? I think
Yep.
yeah, I mean,
Mhm.
is it the Ozzy Brothers? No, Ozzy, I think Ozzy, I think. Oh, I
So
think
I'm
either
not
Jersey,
sure
I think
about
the
that.
Jersey, the
No,
OJs, like, yeah, so.
no. Anita Baker is. She was raised in Detroit, but she's actually from Toledo.
Oh, she actually,
Yeah,
oh,
because we're
okay.
45 minutes away. We're 45 minutes outside of Detroit, so we're like right there.
Nice,
Yeah,
nice.
yeah.
Yes. So, now, so what was it like? Like, can you give us some of your fondest memories, and also not so fondest memories? I want to be a little bit real with this too.
Okay.
Because it wasn't always perfect. We don't always realize. I know a lot of people say that they don't always realize certain things until they get older, which is understandable. But
Mhm.
we see things as children too. So I just want
Mhm.
to kind of give us a glimpse of some of those things that you was exposed to that you grew up on?
Well, my parents were actually pastors, so I'm a PK.
Oh, both of them.
So yeah, yeah, they pastored together.
Oh,
So basically, church was really a lot of what I knew. I did start like singing though when I was about 8 years old. So my dad actually was a singer. So he used to sing a lot. He used to run around with a lot of the Detroit musicians. So,
Nice, nice.
he hung out with just a lot of different people, Twinkie and,
Really?
yeah, yeah, and just some other people. And so he was offered a deal with Motown, and he ended up turning it down because he had got saved really young. So what
Got you.
he did was he turned that around and he instilled that into us. So that's how I became like, accustomed to the arts. So my father would have us sing, he would have us get up, we would have to rehearse. We would sing, like me and my sister would sing at funerals, weddings, like anything, like we were always singing, from very young ages, talent shows, like all type of things. Um, and then I also went to a performing arts school as well. So I went to Rosary Cathedral. We had a performing arts program there. And then I sat under Dr. Deborah Harris. And she basically pulled out a lot of the theatrical things in me. So accompanied with, my parents and the way that, they were with pushing us and supporting us in that particular area, that's really kind of how I got started there. Um, Honestly, my upbringing itself, I was bad. I was a bad
You was a
child.
bad kid?
I was
You was,
horrible.
was you rebelling?
I was just like that little girl that did any and everything, talked a lot. Like I would write stories, write songs, make my family sit down and listen to them. Like, have the whole neighborhood come out,
What's so bad
um,
about that?
I mean, I'm saying like I was very active, but I got
Oh,
mad
okay.
when I got into school. When I got into
Got
school,
you.
then I
We will
just
get into
started
that.
acting.
Okay. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. Good, good.
yeah,
Good
yeah,
segue. We will get right into that.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I was just like a very, very active child. Just very active, very independent. My mom said that, I didn't really want people to like pick me up or hold me or to hold my hand or anything like that. Like I wanted to do everything on my own. Um, and then I was the second from the youngest. So, well, because me and my youngest sister, we have an 11-year age gap. So I was the
Oh,
baby
okay.
for a long time. And with that being said, I pretty much got my way because my parents spoiled me, my siblings spoiled me. Um, so it
Oh,
was
so
just,
you the Tamar of the family. Okay. You sound like the Tamar of the
I was
family.
definitely like Tamar.
Oh, okay. Okay. I get you.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
let me ask you. Okay. So
mhm,
both that's a lot of pressure. Both parents being pastors,
yeah,
and and growing up Kojic.
yeah.
And you mentioned about you getting into the arts. Did you want to do that, or were you thrusted into it?
Honestly, I did it because I wanted to do it. I definitely wanted to do it. I like that my father was strict on us. Like I like that he made us get up and rehearse. He made us practice. Um, because like I said, I used to write songs and just different things myself anyway. And for me, I was, the youngest, so at that time, so they didn't really want to play with me all the time. So that made them have to play with
Right.
me
Yeah,
when
they,
we
they were
have to
right. Right. They had no
right,
time for
right,
you.
right, right. So it wasn't a lot of pressure. Like I didn't feel pressured to do it. I was pressured to do it correctly though. Like my
Yes.
father was strict about it, but I didn't feel the pressure like it was something I was made to do because I enjoyed doing it.
You do enjoy doing. Okay, good.
I
Okay.
did. Yeah,
Glad you
yeah,
said that. Okay.
yeah.
And so now, and before because I want to kind of shift into the elementary, junior high
Mhm,
school phase, but
mhm,
before we get to that, I want to know because I grew up Kojic as well, and I
mhm,
just want to know, being in that environment, and I do understand where you have to have that spiritual upbringing, and I know that our parents want to instill that in us,
mhm,
the fearing God and how we need to conduct ourselves accordingly. So I
mhm.
just want to know at that age, like, at that time, um, did you feel like the some restriction there? Did you feel like you had to, did you have any urging, how should I want to say this? Did you have any yearning for belonging, of your, or that's what I'm going to say, belonging in a certain space, whether it's at home or in school? Like, did you belong anywhere? Did you feel a sense of belonging anywhere? Or did you yearn for that? Does it make sense?
Um,
Like, did you know
that's,
where you fit? Did you know where you fit in?
um, well, that's a great question. The thing is when we were part of the Kojic church, my father was an elder and a deacon. And then what happened was we ended up getting into the non-denominational
Got
church.
it. Hmm.
So by the time my parents were pastors, they were non-denomination. So some of the same, I mean, a lot of it is all the same, but
Yeah, it is.
he was a tad bit more lenient. We were able to wear pants, and things like that. As far as fitting in, I don't really know if I really fit in per se because I kind of just went with the flow. It was just like what was presented before me. It was just like I was so used to going to church, all the time, like almost every day of the week.
Yes,
I was used
yes.
to having to, be a little bit different than my friends. I was used to um, being watched all the time, by the people of the church,
Peer
because
pressure? Any peer pressure?
not peer pressure from my friends, but I felt pressure because everybody, in the church is looking at you as a PK. And so, you always have this PKs are bad or PKs, are the worst ones. And then you're
Mhm.
trying to uphold, you want to make your parents proud and you don't want them to have to carry that, to make everybody think, oh, my kids are, bad or part of the stereotype. But then you have, like I said, people always watching you. Everything, you do is, I felt like it was under a microscope.
Yes.
I felt like we lived in a glass house, if that makes sense.
Yes.
So it was like always, everybody was watching everything. And then everybody wanted to be close to my parents. So they used to do things, sometimes not everybody, but some people would tend to try to like push me and my siblings out the way so that they could get close to my parents. Yeah.
Got you.
Hmm.
How did that make you feel, Krystal?
Angry.
Mm,
Look, I wasn't shy about that. Angry.
mm, mm.
It made me angry, but at the same time, I was living life, trying to please God. So it was like I was dealing with it, still trying to love, and loving everybody because that's what, we're called to do.
True, true.
So
Yeah, and so, did you feel, because I know a lot of times also when you have, pastors or people who are, committed to, the church, did you feel was there ever a balance between them being committed to the church as well as home? Because that's always been the issue among a lot of pastors, and especially gospel artists and stuff that do all of it, but they, manage to not really maintain structure in the home, and that's where it falters. Because it
yeah.
feels like a family always complain about they feel like they have to be in competition, with the church when it comes to,
Hmm.
ministry.
Hmm. Um, I can say like growing up, my parents were there for us for everything. Like as far as like sport, we were in sports, things like that. Me and my siblings, we all were involved in different sports and things like that. They were always there. The school knew them. They would come up there. The principals, the teachers, they were very active. We never felt an absence.
Okay.
Like I would tell my mom to wear certain things, that I thought she looked pretty in, for specific field trips, she would wear it,
Mhm.
and it was just like we're a very tight knit family, extremely, extremely tight knit. So it wasn't until maybe I was a young adult that I started feeling the competition portion of it where maybe like around 19 where I started to feel it was more or less hi, I'm here, I still need you,
Mhm.
kind of thing,
Right, right.
because my parents, the thing is they were so nice. I mean, they gave like my parents. My father was working full time. He worked full time at Chrysler and he still was,
Mm.
pastoring. He was not taking a salary. He did not want a salary. They would try to get him to take a salary. He wouldn't take a salary. They would give the shirt off their backs to anyone. I mean, they opened up houses for church members that didn't have places to stay. And, I just remember them always giving, 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 and there was, like I said, as I started to get into my adulthood, just a little bit, I did start feeling like, I do need you in some areas, you know, but I mean, sometimes I guess that's what you have to deal with when your pastor's
No, yeah,
child,
go
you know?
right. Yes, yes. Yeah, I do understand that, but I do understand your position because you feel like again, that's why I asked about the fitting in part, And
Mhm,
so you kind of answered that, in a more,
mhm,
you kind of expounded on what I was trying to ask. So thank you for that.
mhm. You're
Yeah.
welcome.
So yeah, because we got to get that into perspective about how, especially in the climate of the Black church now. So I'm glad you was able to share your perspective on that and that
Mhm,
aspect. And we could talk
mhm.
about that all night, but we got no time. We have no time. We have no time. But next time you come on, maybe we could do a panel discussion about just
Yeah,
this thing. Yeah, I think that'd be great.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So definitely, definitely. And so now I want to get into the elementary and junior high school phase, which I feel like that's a epitome of self-discovery that we don't talk about, is not discussed, or they think it's just something that we just, okay, well, this is a part of our lives. We have to go through elementary, junior high school. Okay, but that journey is just it's much deeper than that because we have to deal with the acne, we deal with hormones and interaction with the teachers and who we aspire to be and or what we struggle with our inner selves, our insecurities, humping on the staircase, just being, curious about a lot of things. So I want to
Yeah.
know, what was your experience in junior high? And like, were you a shy kid, popular kid? Did you join any clubs? And what was your self discovery at that time?
So I was pretty popular.
Oh,
Our
you were
family,
okay.
yeah, I was pretty popular. Our family was popular in the city. So,
Right, right, okay,
the
okay.
city,
Yeah, they were
knew
pillars.
it. Yeah.
Mhm.
But like when I would be at school, I was in junior high, I was quiet. I was quiet in junior high. I had left the public school. My mom had put us into a Catholic school. And you know some people were very welcoming, some weren't, so I was really kind of quiet, the quiet girl. But I was just like the girl, like if you push, you push my buttons,
Of course.
then and so that's when I started to get into a little bit of trouble, because like some of the girls would pick on me because I was
Mm,
quiet, and so eventually one day I just stood up for myself,
right.
and ended up getting suspended, but I didn't have those problems anymore.
Right, right. Yeah,
I didn't have
so
those
it served a
problems anymore
purpose.
after that.
Right.
But then
So
also
yeah.
my teacher at the time, I'm sorry, were you about to say something else?
No, I was gonna ask, whether or not, there was any issue with colorism. That I was gonna ask that.
So there wasn't an issue, I would say, with colorism. Not in. I did deal with that in high school a little bit, but not in junior high. In
Yeah.
junior high, it was more or less my teacher. Um, she was very very strict, very strict, and she was over the performing arts. So she used to really treat me kind of like not good, like she didn't know I could sing or anything. And then one
Mm,
day she found out I could sing because I had auditioned for the performing arts program. And then after that, it was just like I became like one of her like prize students or whatever.
great.
So from that moment on, um, I didn't have any more issues in junior high
Okay.
because she just stepped in every step of the way and
Okay.
looked out for me, until I left and went to high school.
Okay, there was a reason why I asked about that because a lot of times when you have a hard time with your with peers around that time, they always assume because you are a lighter hue that or you think you're better than, or you think you're all that, and they allow their insecurities to project onto you. That's why I asked about the colorism.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's why I asked. That's the reason why. If
yeah.
you Yeah, so, but why okay, so initially you said that the teacher didn't like you initially. Do you know why that was?
No, I don't. She just she had a thing for people that were talented, and the people that weren't, she just treated them kind of, mediocre, like, you don't really matter. And
Mm,
like I said, I didn't She didn't know anything about me, so she treated me like that. Like she would embarrass me sometimes in front of the class, or
Mhm.
just certain things like that. Um, with I don't know why she was like that. To be honest, she was
Yeah.
different. She was very different. And today I love her. I love her. Shout out to you, Miss Harris.
All right. Shout out to
But
Miss Harris.
but yeah, I don't know why she was like that, to be honest. But once she found out, like, I could do the arts, she was just totally different. Totally different.
Oh, okay. So maybe that was that connection. That was that piece, that link that tied y'all together. Yes.
Yeah.
So give me some other things, some other memories between that time. We're still on elementary, junior high. I want to get a little bit of the memories that you had. Like, did you join the clubs? Did you play any sports, or did you join a band? Did you like I said, like did you hopscotch or jump rope, like after school recess? Like, did you like give us a little bit of that?
Oh, me and my sister, we used to always double dutch.
Okay.
We love to double dutch. The people in our neighborhood, the girls in our neighborhood, we would all, get together and double dutch, things like that. Um, we played outside a lot. Like we would build clubhouses, things like that.
Okay, okay.
We would play kickball at the end of the
Yeah,
street, and yes, when the street lights will come on,
yeah,
we had to go
mhm,
home.
mhm.
But our the community that I grew up in, we were really tight knit. We were from a middle class neighborhood, and everybody was just really tight knit. Like it was black, white, every different. It was multicultural, and we all just really got along. We all played together. I mean, we would go house to house, just asking, "Can you come out? Can you come out?" At different ages too, which I can remember vividly. So with all of my siblings, we all had people that we could play with, and then all of us would play together. Like this lady would have like a movie theater in her garage. Like she would bring a projection
Really?
out,
Oh,
and
that's
she
so
would play
cool.
movies. Yeah, yeah. And she would make us popcorn, and we would all sit there and like watch movies and things like that.
Nice.
And I was a
Yeah.
cheerleader. And also I played basketball. And I also
Oh.
basketball too. I coached women's basketball, girls
Oh,
basketball
you
too.
doing that? Oh, now?
I did. I
Oh,
did.
you did? Oh,
Mhm.
that is
Yep.
so cool.
Mhm.
Oh, okay,
Little
okay.
fun back there.
See? Oh, yeah,
Miss
okay.
Pam.
All right, all right. I didn't know that. Okay.
Mhm.
Oh, that is so I think that's so cool. Yeah, see, that's I'm glad I was able to dig into that because I like to hear those stories, you know. I
Mhm.
like to hear
Yep.
about the different upbringings and what I was into. Oh, okay, I'm getting a lot of feedback. I might have to. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna probably put myself on mute while you talk. Maybe that might help.
Okay.
But yeah, because I don't know.
Okay.
I'm getting that feedback for some reason.
Okay.
But do you hear it? You don't hear it at all?
I don't hear it on my end.
You don't? Oh, okay. Yeah.
Do
So
you
I'm gonna
need
just
me
put
to
my
also mute when you're talking?
yes, yes.
Okay, we'll do that.
Okay. All right. So now you talked about your preteen years, your tween years. And so I really enjoyed that. So what I want to know is what was your if you can remember at that time, what was your self-discovery at that time?
When you say self-discovery, you mean in what particular area?
Self-discovery as
Or
far as what did you get to know about Krystal? What did you get to know about yourself and um, how you present yourself, how you want to portray yourself, and how you want people to see you? At that time, I'm talking about junior. I'm still talking about elementary, junior high school. Yeah.
yeah, I really honestly I had no clue when I was in junior high. Like I didn't know really what I wanted. I knew I had aspirations as far as wanting to grow up and do different things, but I really didn't I really didn't come into the fullness of who I was. You know, um there was so many different moving pieces in my life at that time that I was really just trying to make it through. I honestly did not like school. So a lot of that I tried to push away in my memory box simply because I hated going to school. Like I would cry and, try and get my mom to let me stay home. And I remember one time at
Oh.
school crying and I'm crying. And so they took me to the school psychologist and They call my mom up there and, they're like, oh, we think she's depressed. We think she's sad. And my mom talked to me for a minute. And then my mom turned around and said, Krystal just don't want to be at school. And I was like, yeah, I don't want to be at school.
That was so that was all it was. That was all there is
That's
to it.
all it was. I just didn't like they just weren't in junior high. The people weren't nice. They just weren't nice. And I didn't want to be there. I
Yeah,
just
I hear
didn't want
you.
to be.
Yes, so thank you for that answer. And so before we get to the high school part, can you read the comments, Krystal?
I can't see them.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Miss Stevie said that she did one of my favorite films, Dance with the Devil. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, thank you for watching. Yeah, it was such a good script. Such a good movie. Such a good movie. Yeah,
Yes,
that's one of my
yes.
favorites too.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for that, Miss Stevie. Also, she said, I need to know beauty secrets from the both of you. What do you ladies what do you ladies do? You both look beautiful. Thank you so much, Miss Stevie. We're going to get more into that once we get into the image part. And I think that's what I discussed during that live that Chris was supposed to be on the last time when we was talking about image and how it's a lot of pressure but especially when it comes to women. So we definitely going to get into that when we talk about that.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. So what high school did you go to, Krystal?
I went to Start High School. I went to Start High School in Toledo.
Okay. And so now, can you share with me at that time what are some of the things that you took with you, if you could, recall that? What are some of the things you took with you from junior high, and as far as your transitioning into high school? Did you have like, because that's when you kind of blossom a little bit
Hmm.
more, and
Hmm.
you're kind of filling in, and
Hmm.
you're getting
Yeah.
into, you're getting into dating, or you're getting into just a whole nother level of self discovery. So
Mhm.
give us, give us a little bit of deep dive into high school.
So when I was in high school, I actually had went to a school called DeVilbiss. It's closed down now, but I went there as a freshman, and I absolutely loved that school. But they ended up closing it, and then they split us all up and sent us to different schools. So I ended up going to Start, and at that time, it was a predominantly white school, so they did not want us to come. They actually would they wrote on the school rock and would, put the N word and just all type of stuff. It was just they did not want us there. I mean, it was a lot of press and a lot of meetings that had to take place. So when I went starting my sophomore year, it was very uncomfortable because I knew they didn't want us there. So I just kind of my sister, she's 2 years older than me, so I just kind of made sure that I stuck close to her when I could. And I was a tomboy, so I had a lot of male friends, so that was just like who I clicked with. So a lot of them I would just hang out with them, because they just made me comfortable. Um but yeah, that's definitely was a defining moment for me when I started building my confidence more as far as now that's where I could say that's where I began standing in who I am, because I was unapologetic, for my color. I was unapologetic for where I was supposed to be. It was my school just as much as it was theirs. And I wasn't going to bow my head, for anyone. Um, I got to know a little bit more people as I went on. I did not play any sports there, though. I didn't play any sports. I did play sports, when I was a freshman. I was a cheerleader there. But at start, I just didn't have a desire to, because I don't even think they would have allowed us. It was like, majority whites.
Yeah, yeah, prejudice.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
it was a very segregated school. But I enjoyed that more than I did junior high. I can
That's
say
good. That's progress.
I can say that.
Mhm.
But and then I also ended up I got pregnant in high school. So I had a son. I got pregnant at 16. And that's why you have to practice safe sex, kids. I got pregnant the first time.
Oh, wow. Oh,
So
wow.
yeah, but
Yeah, she takes this one time.
yeah. But I still went ahead, did everything that I needed to do, graduated,
Did you lose? I'm sorry. I just out of curiosity,
Yeah.
Krystal, is that when you lost your V card too?
Is that what?
Is that when you lost? You gave your V card. You gave your V card. That's the time.
Yeah, it was yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, crazy, right?
No, not so much because I
I
mean
mean,
it's
because
more
we
common than you think.
know
I get it. It's more common than you
logically
think, but
it
I get it.
happens, but
Yeah, I get it.
when you're a teen and you don't know any, better, it's kind of like, oh, okay, it's a shocker.
But you know what? I want you, okay, let's pause on the high school right quick.
Mhm.
Because I definitely want to touch on you being a teen mom, PK teen mom.
I knew you was, I
I,
knew
you
it was
know, I
coming.
mean, I had to hear this one. I gotta hear this. Go.
So basically, I hid my pregnancy from my parents. So my parents didn't know that I was pregnant until I was 8 months pregnant. It was a long time. It was very stressful, very stressful. I didn't know what I was gonna do. Um, it was a time. I hid it from my siblings. Nobody knew. Um, two of my closest girlfriends, two of my best friends, they knew. They were the only people that knew, of course, and his father knew, and his best friend. But other than that, no one knew. But then apparently it got out, so my parents, they just called me in one day. I heard them on the phone having a phone conversation, and they called me into their room. I went in, and then they just asked me, like, they just said such and such, which was a parent of one of the people I went to school with, said that you were pregnant. Are you pregnant? And at that time I just busted out crying. I said, yeah, I'm pregnant. And they weren't hard on me. They were hard on me. They asked me how far along I was, and I said, I think I'm 8 months. And my mom was just shocked, like, 8 months, and she said, what do you mean you think? And I said, I haven't been to the doctor. And she was just like, Krystal, you haven't been to the doctor?
That whole time
And
I was wondering about that. You haven't been to the
yeah,
doctor, no prenatal, no
yeah,
nothing.
nothing,
Wow.
nothing. I used to wear baggy clothes, just to try to hide it. Um, Dealing with all the morning sickness, everything, I hid it all. Throwing up in school, all of it, I hid it all. And they took me right away to the doctor. That next day, that following day, they took me to the doctor. And I remember hearing my mom have a conversation one time saying, yeah, we weren't hard on her because we knew that she had dealt with a lot, dealing with that on her own. And we didn't want to make it more rough, on her. So that's why they never gave me, like,
Wow, that's okay. That I'm okay.
yeah.
That's awesome.
But I needed that. I needed that. Like, that was what I needed at that time, because I did deal with that by myself as a young person for a long time. So I was happy that they were able to see that that was what was needed in that moment. And yeah, my dad sat me down. Back to your question about the church, he sat me down. I wasn't able to sing. I wasn't able to do anything because I was like a praise team member and in the choir and all that. And and he told me couldn't do that. Because I wasn't married or anything. So yeah, yep.
Yes, yes. So, Krystal, so before we go back into the high school phase,
Hmm.
can you please give the girls a little bit of a PSA and the guys too, and as a teen mom at that time and what you had experienced and just overall, just having a child at that time. Can you give us a little PSA on on
I just, I feel like this. There's so much life to live. There's so much life to live. Babies are a wonderful, wonderful blessing. And I thank God every day for even allowing me to, or trusting me, to even be able to take care of, someone else. I think though that make some really good decisions. Think about, what you want to do first. Think about your life, because there was a lot of things that I had to give up, because I was a teen mother. Like, I had different I had a internship that I was able to do, that I was going to be doing with Sean John, but I ended up turning it down.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then I had another opportunity to move to California, and go to school there. But I was so scared because I didn't want anybody watching my baby. So it just, I had to shift a lot of things. I just had to shift a lot of things. I didn't experience a lot of things that, some other people did. Like I didn't go to the prom. I didn't go to the prom or anything
Yeah,
like that,
yeah.
So, and my parents were very, very hands-on, but still at the same time, just being a mother, there was just things I just had to sacrifice, but there's just more time to do it, there's more time. And then, make sure you're gonna be with that person that you wanna, you know, because it's a lot of work, and it's a lot of, talking back and forth for all those years, and you just want to make sure that you have the same belief system, you're thinking on the same wavelength, and things like that, because things shift, parenting is not easy, so things shift. So, make sure that I mean, to each his own, everybody's going to do their own. I'm just saying from a teen mother perspective, I just say, there's time for that, so just wait it out and see what you want to do with your future first, and then make those decisions and make sure it's someone that you love. I would even say wait till you get married, but but that's
Hmm. Well said, Crystal. Boom. That's my boom. Well said. Yeah. So yeah, I do appreciate that perspective, and it was coming from a genuine space. So I do appreciate that. And
Mhm.
so now going back into the high school, we was talking about you didn't do as much cheerleading, and that you had but you had more of a more pleasant time than junior high. And what are some of the other experiences that you had, and the self discovery? I don't think we got into the self discovery part yet.
I think pretty much for me, the self discovery came outside of school. It came
Okay.
through different things that I did on my own, just my own experiences. I had began, because I always had. I started a production company when I was 19 years old. Was I not
Really?
17? I
Oh,
started
you're
a
so smart. Oh, look
and
at you.
I used to do plays, so I would write plays, and
Really?
and I had like rented out the Stranahan Theater, which is a huge theater in Toledo, and I sold tickets. I mean, like I was able to pay all my actors and actresses, my band, like I,
Yeah. So wait a
had
minute.
that
Hold on, hold
mindset.
on, hold on. Wait.
Mhm.
Oh, pause. Wait, hold on, Crystal. Because I'm like, you're 19. So, and this is something you did right after high school, right?
Yeah.
So how did it? I mean, so what kind of support did you get? What kind of like who sponsored? You got to get the sponsors, investments. Like, how did that come about?
I did
Yeah.
it all on my own. I did it all
How?
on my own.
Yeah,
What
give
I
us a little bit of a cliff note. So how did that start? Because that's very important, by the way. How did that start for you? And when did you, like, what made you decide? Like, where did I come from? Like, give us some of the cliff notes.
Well, I will always like do different plays, put on plays and stuff at church and things like that. I will put on different plays and have the church people audition to be in my plays and things like that.
Ah,
Put on productions and stuff. And then eventually I just said, you know what? I could make money off this. And so one day I hired a girl to assist me. She became my assistant. I write, so I wrote the play,
so
did
where did you get the money
auditions.
from to assist? Would you have a part-time job at the time? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, how did
Yeah,
where did that
well,
come from?
I started working at 15 because, like I
Okay.
said before, my
Yeah.
mom has said that I was always independent. So
Right.
I started working at 15
Gotcha.
and I moved out the house at 18. So I was always like, wanting to do, my own thing. So basically, yes. So I would pay her out of that, out of, my money that I was making,
Well, excuse
my
me.
job.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well, excuse.
And then I rented like this school. It was another school that had got shut down and they had a nice auditorium. I rented that school. I sold tickets. I reached out to like the local papers, did advertising with the local papers. I went to the store, got bulk candy, bulk drinks, raised the prices on them so that I could get revenue. Um, Basically, so I made a lot of the money from the high candy because granted, when I was 15, I started working at the movies and the movies alone is expensive. So that's why I learned how
Yes.
to hike prices.
Yes.
So I knew
Yes.
I would pay because I worked at the movies, so I hiked the prices just like they did at the movies. and you selling $5 for a Snicker bar, they're not gonna go out. They're gonna get that $5 Snicker bar. So I was making money like that, and then from the ticket sales and everything that I got, that's why I was able to gross. It was I didn't do any other advertising other than like the newspaper. I did like we had a black newspaper that went out, and everybody read that, so I posted it in there, a few times. And then it was a nice turnout. I ended up making like my first time. It was like $10,000, but still, that was good to me.
What you mean $10,000? That is awesome. What you talking about? Don't downplay that, Krystal. You are 19 years old doing this. 19, 20. That's amazing.
Thank you.
What you mean? Oh, no. We're not gonna don't do that. No.
But thank you. Thank you.
Of course. I don't think Tyler Perry made that much in this first play. You were giving in his car at the time. You weren't.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Yeah. I always made a way. Like I was just always like that. I can remember like being young and wanting a certain Barbie doll, and my mom would tell me, okay, well, if you get the money, I would go and do like a lemonade stand outside, and the people would stop and buy my lemonade until I got enough money to buy my Barbie, and then I would go and get my Barbie. So it's like I've always had that.
Amazing. You know what? You sound just like Nelson J. Davis. Shout out to him. It's innovative stuff. Because he said like he had got a t-shirt company back in junior high. And I remember you talk about the Barbie doll thing. And I remember when he said he went fishing with his father one time, and he's like about 4 or 5. He's about 4 or 5 years old, mind you. And I love telling the story because he was saying about how he wanted a soda, and his father was like, well, "You got soda money?" And so he went and got some. So he hustled. He was selling free bait to the people, to get soda money. But he got some money for the soda. So you went out and you sell lemonade because you wanted that Barbie doll.
Yep.
So that is amazing. And when you talk about you doing your own production company, and then he was doing the whole t-shirt thing, and I think he did a magazine or something. So just hearing you guys talk about this, it's so amazing. Your journey is so amazing. I'm loving this. I'm so loving this.
Thank you.
Yeah. I really so you did that stage play. So how far did you want to go? Did you want it to go with this? How far did you expect it to go? What was the end goal? The end goal?
So I mean, I wanted to do it like I really wanted to do it like on a major level, because during that time stage plays were like hot. They were like hot, but I didn't have anybody really backing me, and so like I had reached out at that time to a couple of people that were like playwrights that were actually doing it. I won't say any names, but and they didn't bite. But it just taught me, I told myself, well, where there's no door, I'm gonna make a door. I'll create my own door. And so from that moment on, when I would hear those no's, it just motivated me to do my own. So from that point forward, it was just no stopping me. Whatever I wanted to do, I was gonna do, and I did. Literally.
So what was next for you, Krystal, at that time? So you did the production, you started your company. So what was next for you at that time? Now, were you still working? Like, because I know you still have to pay bills, you still need, healthcare. Like, you still like, how did you, kind of work through that, navigate that?
Oh yeah, I was working. I went to college, all of that, and I was still doing it all.
College.
I went to Tiffin University. I went to Davis College, and then I went to Tiffin. So I got an admin from an associate's degree from Davis, and then I got a bachelor's from Tiffin. So I did both, but I honestly don't know how it all worked. And I'm just gonna be honest. I just feel like God put something inside of me that gave me the motivation, and then I was, able to just adjust and move. And like, I can't even say that I would, the way that I was moving then, that I would move now, as I am.
Right, of course.
But it was just, I just was motivated. And I know you and I had the conversation, and, we could talk about that another time, how I got into music, so I got into the music industry, and I went after that, and was, successful there, so like I said, anything that I wanted to do, I went after and did it.
Okay, and I'm glad you did. And
Yeah.
so we brought up the music because I wanted to make sure that I wanted to kind of meet you where you were when it came to that, because I remember you were saying that you don't longer have a love for it. I really wanted to ask you, why was that?
Because I've been doing it for so long. I've been doing it since I was 8. Because that was, back when, my father had, singing and things like that. And I have been singing for so long. And that was really like my life, was singing and writing music and singing and writing. And it was just like, there was a shift in music. And that's not to take away and the music of today, because there's a lot of wonderful music today. But there was a shift at some point where music changed. And it just, for me, like, I liked creating music that transcended decades. And, like, you can put it on today and it would still have the same meaning, 10 years from now, not just trendy music. And a lot of, when that shift had happened, I just kind of like fell out of love with it. I don't know. I just lost the passion for it. That's
And that's
all.
understandable. That's understandable. And that's okay. That is
Hmm.
okay.
Hmm.
I mean, because passion comes in so many different forms, and now
Yeah.
and I think the acting kind of took over that lane for you. So, and I'm glad that you are where you are right now,
Thank
Krystal,
you.
because we see you on this big screen,
Mhm.
and it's so amazing the work that you do. And I don't care. Like, I know people might say we are all human, but I'm still going to fan out regardless, because to sit with so many of you wonderful creatives, that you took
Mhm.
the time to come to my little piece of platform and just
Oh.
discuss your journey with me. No, that's very humbling. I really appreciate that, because it's so amazing to hear the journey and to sit with you guys. So, I
Mhm.
mean, and it's like, because I was talking to Sean Sinclair during this interview, and I was just like, seeing her, I'm like, and I'm like, say for instance, I'm looking at one of your movies, and I'm like, oh, I talked to her. I seen her. No one can say that. No one can say that. I just seen her on screen. I just seen her. So I
Mhm.
mean, I don't care. I'm a fan now. I don't care. I'm a fan now. You know.
No, and it's okay, because I like having these type of conversations, because I play so many villain type characters.
Yes, yes.
Because a lot of people think I'm mean, and I'm not mean.
Right. No, I was going to say that because that suits you so well. I can see you as a madam, like on All the Queen's Men. I can see you doing that. You know. And I think and I felt like at first, I don't know if you ever saw All the Queen's Men. Have you watched it?
Mhm. Yeah, yeah.
And so when I first saw even Marcel playing that part grew on
Mhm.
me, grew on me. Because I didn't
Mhm.
really see her with that role. I
Yeah.
felt like somebody more seasoned should have been, you know.
Mhm.
So I
Mhm.
could see you doing
Mhm.
something like that.
Mhm.
So yeah,
Mhm.
so it kind of grew on me, but now she killed it. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
She did. She did for sure.
So
Have you seen H Bot?
not yet, not
Oh, you
yet.
gotta watch H
Yeah, I
Bot.
gotta watch. Yes, please make sure you look for H Spot. That's another one of Christmas projects. Make sure you look out for H Spot. But like Woman to Woman, Stevie just mentioned was it called Dance with the Devil? And
Yep.
I do have you have something else coming up. You executive producer on a show that's coming up, right? It's
Oh,
like
you
some
talking
type of
about break a leg?
Break a Leg. Yes, please talk about that.
Yeah. So Break a Leg is actually an acting show that we're doing. It's I created it. I'm executive producing along with Murder Payne, and it is presented by UCall. UCall. So if you guys don't have the UCall app, go get the UCall app, because we have so much on there, and it's just growing. It's growing. Um, and yes, so basically it's a reality show, and anybody that because we get asked all the time, how can I become an actor or actress, and things like that. And so it's like, well, this is your opportunity. If you want to act, come out, send your information in. Right now we're doing online submissions, so you can send an email to breakalegSubmissions@gmail.com. Send your information in. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll be able to see the information, or Moolah Films, you can go to their Instagram as well, and the information is there also. But myself, Kia B, and Chris Collins, we're the judges, and we're going to be judging the talent there. I don't want to give away, what we're doing, but it's different. It's very different, and you are going to want to tune in. Is all I'm going to say. You're going to want to tune in, because we're taking it and we're doing it a totally different way.
Yes. Okay.
competition. So, and then whoever wins, a male and a female, they're going to get, the opportunity to film, with you
Wow.
call. So it's a big
Right.
deal.
I
It's
love
a big
that.
deal. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's a great concept, Krystal.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you.
I love that. And so please make sure I'm gonna have also the information on underneath the description box as well. So please make sure that you check that out. And if you want, you're more than welcome, Krystal. Please come back up to promote this. Have the your other colleagues come on if that's okay. If we can actually get together and promote that a little bit more. You
Absolutely.
know? Yes,
Yeah.
I'm definitely looking forward to that. I like that. Yes, I mean, because I think that allowing people to platform, that's what I like about Tubi. And I know we say all kind of shady stuff about Tubi with the
Mhm.
acting and some of the writing, some of the movies, but some of us can't help but to watch because it gives a free platform
Yeah.
for a lot
Absolutely.
of filmmakers and artists and to showcase their talents and their work. So, you gotta love it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. For
Yeah.
sure. For sure.
So now can you tell me throughout your career and you have had a journey and I know it's just beginning. So I want to know what are some of your who are some of your inspirations
As far
as,
as
as far as
acting.
acting, music, in the arts, period.
So, my biggest inspiration, I've been a fan of um, Lynn Whitfield. I absolutely love Lynn Whitfield. Like, she's just so amazing to me. Um, so I'm a huge fan. I'm a huge fan of Julia Roberts.
Oh,
um,
okay. No, okay.
I
Yeah.
love Julia
I love
Roberts.
Steel Magnolias. That's one of my favorite movies.
Yeah, yeah, yep. I love Julia Roberts. Um, I take away different things from different people. So there's a lot of different actors and actresses, and then there's also singers. Like, I love Stevie Wonder. I love India Arie. Um, I love Tori. I can't think of her last name. Tori Kelly.
Oh,
I love Tori
oh,
Kelly.
okay. I was gonna say Tori Kelly. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So it's just so many different people that I look at, that I'm inspired by. I'm inspired by, even local, talent. You know what I mean? Even TT that I did Woman to Woman with. I absolutely love, love, love
Right.
TT.
Which character? Which character she play?
TT played Barbara.
Oh, okay, okay,
So she was opposite of me,
okay.
but it was just the chemistry was just so amazing. It was just so amazing, as she's such a skilled actress, and it was just an honor to share, just to share that moment with her. It really was. I mean, Tanja and Rocky and them, they did an amazing job with the casting. Everybody, Q
Shout
and
out to them. Yeah,
Nadia,
yeah.
everybody, our babies, Sid, Chelsea, all of them, I'm sorry if I'm missing anybody, because please, I'm not trying to, but everybody just did such an amazing job. But like, I get inspiration even from, the younger people, you know,
Of
I
course,
really
of
do.
course.
You know,
Yeah, absolutely.
I think there's always, something I like to speak with people, because I feel like there's always a takeaway. You can always
What
learn
is your takeaway? What is the takeaway? What takeaways you have?
as far as with, I'm just saying, as far as people. So when I come in contact with people, I feel like
Mm.
there's always a takeaway that you can. So, like, even with you and I, the openness, you have a certain way of interviewing people. I noticed you get down to, some things. Like, I was watching you interview Quentin, and I was like, oh, she's in that pocket. Okay. But to me, I felt like it was good. I know that's hard for me sometimes to talk about certain things in my upbringing. You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely,
I'll be on here
absolutely.
crying. You know what I'm saying? But it's like you make it easy for people. So for me, my takeaway is that I like your vibe. I think that you are comforting. You know what I'm saying? And it's a warm space. It's a warm
Yes.
space. You know.
And that's always been my objective, Crystal. Thank you for that. Thank you so much.
You.
And so yeah, because I always want to make sure that I leave provide a safe space. Um,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and for many different cultural differences, diversity, different
Mhm.
perspectives, whether I agree with them or not, but I still want to leave that safe space for them, for people to just be able to be comfortable enough.
Yeah.
So I appreciate
Mhm.
that.
Mhm.
Yeah. So now, so you mentioned woman to woman, and I wanted to kind of dive into that, because that's now we're going to get into the whole image part, because you shared some text with me, some comments with me,
Mhm.
when you during the clips of woman to woman, and the things they're
Mhm.
saying about your skin, which I don't understand how, because I'm like, I was just focused on how laid your unit was. I wasn't even thinking about your skin at all. I was looking at that piece. I don't know who styles you, that styles your hair, but I was looking how laid it was.
Unique does my hair.
Shout out to Unique,
That's her
shout
hair.
out to you. You need to go to Tyler Perry Studios and help them out over there. So that's just a suggestion, Unique. All right. But I was loving, but you grace the screen. I mean, the
Thank
camera
you.
loves you so much. I mean,
Thank
because
you.
you're beautiful regardless. So I didn't know why they were so zoomed in on
Mhm.
your blemishes. So can you share more about how that made you feel that at that time?
Well, I think too, because so I have done quite a few films. It's just that I look different in the majority in everything I'm in. For some reason, I look different. Like because my
Right.
hair
You look
color.
younger now. Actually look younger now than, like when you look it's on screen, because you're
Mhm.
playing if you look playing a certain character, you're gonna look more mature. But you
Right.
look young now.
Correct.
Yeah.
So it's like, and then on certain things, like if I'm in Pillow Talk, I have black hair. Bound by Blood, I had ombre. And some people don't even realize that's the same person. In all these these different films.
That's a good
So
thing.
yeah, it is. So I think what happened was when I did Woman to Woman, they didn't realize it was me. But I think also at the same time too, it's hard sometimes for new people that come in, and I was new in that space for them. And sometimes people just not nice. I mean, it's just what it is. I mean, and I was very grateful for all the people that showed tons and tons and tons of love, because the love definitely outweighed the hate. But yeah, there were some hateful comments that I had come across. And like you said, for me, like when I was probably like 20, like 24, 24, 25, I had started dealing with skin issues where I had acne really bad. So I had to get on Accutane, which is extremely strong, but it was from stress. It was just from stress, from doing so much. I was always doing things, and it came out through my skin. And so what happened was the Accutane took the acne away, but it left me with some scars. So
Mm.
what they're seeing, like if my makeup or anything is done a particular way, because it wasn't the makeup artist that was on site. Someone else had did my makeup, so it wasn't the person that did the film. But there was like highlight on my cheek. So when you put highlight over, where there's acne scars, you could see
You
them
can
better.
see it. Right, right.
And that's what happened in, particular scene, you could see it. And so when the young lady had posted the picture, online, it was like, ew, what's wrong with her skin? Ew, she's so
And it's
ugly.
not even, and it didn't even stand out like that. I mean, it wasn't even something to really, but that goes to show you how many people need to just touch some freaking grass. I mean,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
I mean, but
yeah,
it's I bet you as a woman, mostly women do this. And I
yeah.
spoke about this, and it's such a shame, because and so can you tell us, would you mind sharing what you did that you couldn't do the interview the last time?
Yeah, well, I do want to touch on two really quick, if it's okay, because you asked me how it made me feel. It made me sad because you
Mhm.
don't, I mean, when you have a gang, and it wasn't even like it was 50 people. It was like four or five people, but it stands out. You get what I'm saying,
It
and
does,
then
it
it
does.
feels like a bullying type thing, and it really like hurt my feelings, but I had to I talked it over, with my, family, and then I also had talked it over to, my mentor, which is T from Moolah Films, and he was like, you know what, you are that girl. Like you know what, this happens, and you are popping right now. You are popping. It happens to the best of us. This has happened to this person. He was giving me examples and examples, You know, he was like, so, you know, you hold your head up, you know, don't worry about that, because that ain't, you know, it's nothing, because what they saying isn't true. You know, it's not, you know, you're a beautiful person. So, you know, and for me, that's all I needed. That was all I needed. I snapped out of it. So then, you know, anything else that was negative at that point, it just rolled off of me. You know, it just rolled off and beat it. But I think that it was just the initial shock of it. You
Yeah,
know what
of
I'm
course.
saying?
You have the right to feel how you do. You have every right to feel the
Yeah.
way you do.
Yeah. Because I'm like, you know, focus on my acting, you know, because I did a good job.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
right, right.
No, that was a humble brag, a very humble brag. But you know, I'm just more or less like, tell me about my talent, my skill set, you know, or whatever. But yeah, I do think people just do need to realize that, you know, we're human. You know what I'm saying? And I shared with you that I got microneedling done. So, you know, but it was something that I wanted to get done anyway. I had already been researching it, you know, even
So
before anything got going
you
on.
wanted to do it, not based on
I
anybody
wanted
else.
to do
You
it.
would do it. Okay.
No, I've been wanting to
Okay.
do it. I've been wanting to do it. And it was just like, you know, I have so many different projects coming up. I just, you know, it's just easier because there's like a week downtime that you have to take, and then you have to do it in processes. So for me, it was just like I finally saw the gap, you know, in that time where I can heal from it. So I was able to go and get microneedling done, and then I still have two more that I have to get done. But yeah, it was a me thing, because like I said, you know, this is something I've been dealing with since I was in my 20s. So definitely nobody, it wasn't, you know, nobody made me go out because of, you know, because listen, I was still, you know, live my life, you know, but it was for
Yep.
me. It
And you
made me
still,
feel
yep,
better,
like I'm
you
still
know.
fine. I'm still fine over here.
Yeah.
I'm still fine over here. Shoot.
Yeah. Because, you know, we have our own insecurities. And so that
Yes.
was, and I think that's why it hit me. It was because I was already insecure about it.
Yes.
So when somebody pokes at your
Yeah.
insecurity,
This heightens it.
like, you know,
Yeah.
oh my God, they do know this,
Yeah.
you know.
Absolutely. So can you tell the audience, Krystal, what is microneedling?
So microneedling, what it is they just take like, you get numbed up, they numb your entire face, and then they go in with like this laser type thing, and they just go around your entire face. And what happens is it gives you a new layer of skin. It gives you a new top layer of skin. So like if there's any discoloration, or like acne scars, it's good for like acne scars and things like that. It helps clear that up. And so, you know, like I said, it's like a 7-day, you know, healing process. So, you know, like 5 to 7 days. Actually, you know what? I'm not a doctor, so let me say that. But it's normally like a week long, you know, for it to take the healing. Because like the next day, you're completely like scabbed up, and you know, I mean, like because it's the skin, it's creating a new layer of skin, and then you have to go to where the skin starts to fall off, you know, and you can't touch it, like you can't peel it off or anything. You have to use certain moisturizers and things like that, you know. So but after each process, it it gets clearer and clearer. It gets clearer and clearer. So that's what that is. I'm sorry, you on mute, you on mute.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah. I was. And now I can't see you. There. Okay. There we go. Yeah. So, yeah, thank you for sharing that, because I didn't know what microneedling was until you told me, that that's what you did. No? Oh, okay. Oh, Crystal, she can't hear me. Okay. Is it still now? All right. Yeah, she's gonna go out and come back in now. Cause I can't hear you either. I can't hear you. Mm-mm. Okay, so yeah, technical difficulties. We know that happens a lot. So no, and she just got through describing the micro needling process, and how she's kind of like, it's kind of like a skin restoration type of procedure that helps to clear up blemishing and stuff like that. So that's what she was talking about.
Can you
All
hear me
righty.
now?
Yep, yep, yep.
Okay. Perfect.
Oh, and I see okay, okay, there go another Krystal. All right.
Oh, something just happened where I
Yeah,
can't hear you.
I know,
I
no.
heard something click and then you went out.
Oh, I'm still out? You still no,
Huh.
still?
Yeah, I
Oh,
can't hear you. I don't know.
oh, because I was
Let me
I was taking the
go
second.
out again. I'll do it again.
Okay, I was taking the second Krystal out. Okay, so yeah, she'll be back. All right. So we were just talking about just you know, how your image is seen to the public or certain people who need to get some business for themselves. So but so I think I really appreciate her for being transparent about um, her her blemishes or some of this issues, acne with her skin, and the steps that she is taking to remedy that. So so we was getting into that. So I wanted to also get more into um
Okay,
all
can you hear
righty.
me?
Yep, I hear you fine. You
Okay.
hear me?
All
You
right.
hear me fine?
I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay, great, great. Like I said, this happens. This is nothing new. It's not our fault. Technical issues happen, so we get it. You
Yeah.
know, but I was just saying that I appreciate you being transparent about trying to like kind of like a skin restoration type of thing. So I
Yeah.
really appreciate you sharing that with us. But I also wanted to get more into how you, as especially you as an actress and you being on camera, and
Hmm.
how image, especially as Black women, women in general, I am gonna say Black women, but
Hmm.
but how is it, how much pressure do you have to maintain a certain image, you know, in the industry?
Ooh, I think there is. I do think there's definitely pressure. I think so. I mean, my answer may be different than someone else's, but I think it's because there's so much competition. You know, there's so many people that want some of the same roles. So, um, I think like as far as just I always say stay true to who you are. Like if you just like worry about yourself as far as what you're doing, what you put in your body, you know, um, just trying to present your best self, then that's really what matters because there's nobody like you. You know what I mean? There's nobody like you. And like no matter, who else comes along, they're still not you. And I try to encourage people too sometimes because they'll be like, well, I don't get booked, and or this and this and this, and I'll tell them like, trust me, there's somebody that is looking for you, because if I ever get a no, I'm not going to be upset about it, because of the fact that I take it away as my takeaway from that is I just wasn't what they needed. They needed something different, and I'm
True,
good
true,
with it, you know,
true.
because they know in their mind what they're looking for, when they're, casting for a role. So maybe, I just wasn't that, and that's what I just try to, encourage people. So that way it takes some of the weight off of the whole, I got to be this, I got to be that, I got to be this, because there's times where we need skinny people. There's times we need larger people. There's times we need, different, skin tones, I mean, somebody that just has a different look, you know it's just like you come in and you just, I can't even really, maybe your facial structure is just different. It's like, oh my goodness, you would be perfect for this, you know what I mean? So there's definitely pressure, but I think when you're true to and genuine to yourself, you won't allow that to drown you. You could kind of drown that out.
Yeah, I agree, and that's very well said. So, Crystal, do me a favor. Can you give me like, and I know this is going to be hard to do, but can you give me a condensed version of a day in the life of an actress?
Well, normally for me, I get my stuff prepared like the night before, everything that's needed. Well, I actually start preparing way before, to be honest, for me. Like if there's certain wardrobe that I need, I may start like a month out and just start, ordering certain things, that I know that I'm gonna need for that character. And then I prepare, all of my carry-ons and everything that I need to take with me to set. I have my set pack that I take my bag, and then I'm normally doing my lines. I'm running lines. I become the character before I hit the stage, like, before I'm on set. So basically a lot of times I'm walking around the house responding to you in a certain way. Um because I need to, make sure that I envelop that. So because I laugh a lot, which you probably have noticed, by me playing some of the roles that I have that are ongoing, like Missy from H Block. Missy is she's not a nice person, but she doesn't talk much. She talks more with her face more than anything. So for me, I do that in real life. So a lot of times if I'm preparing to go into Missy mode, like I'll look at you a certain way. Like somebody's talking to me, or my kid or something is talking to me, and I'll kind of look at them, you know, and they're like, "Mom, oh, okay,"
Right, like it's getting into
yeah,
character. Yeah.
and I'll just go into that to try to, so I'm not jumping into her, once I get there, So for me, that's how I prep. That's how I prep, and then a lot of that is even funny, and I'm going to definitely get back to what you're asking, but it's even funny because a lot of Shirley that and I thank Tanja so much for allowing me to also be myself, with that character. She gave me a lot of leeway. So I actually pulled Shirley from the way I used to treat my sister, because
How did you treat your sister?
I was that menace. Like I was the youngest. So I used to tell my sister, "Oh, yeah, when I grow up, you're gonna be my maid." You know? And my mom would be like, "Krystal," I'd be like, "She is
No,
gonna be
you didn't.
And I'd be like, she's gonna be my maid, you know, you know. But me and my sister are like this. We're like this, and so I used to joke with her like that, So she knew. So I would like go into that, because that's just me being silly. You get what I'm saying? Me being silly. So it was easy for me to like flow into that because I play with people like that all the time. So shout out to Tanja for that. um, and then she let me and Barb would go back and forth and do like some ad libbing, on there too. Oh, it was a mess. I mean, that whole set was just cracking, cracking up because we was just going back and forth. But then when I get to set, then I'm normally, I'm there, I'm ready to go. I'm there, depends on, who I'm with, if I have, lines. You might have to go hair and makeup wherever they tell you to go. I'm still in my head. I might have my paper out, just looking at it. Even though I know the lines, I still might go over it. I might ask another actor, "You want to run lines?" So we can run lines before it's time. Um, and I'm really like, and then from there it's just business. It's just really just business. You going, you filming, you're doing it over and over and over. It's not as easy as people always think it is. You have to do different angles. You could be saying the same thing 20 times because you're sitting there, you got to say it, you got to deliver it the same way, then they got to get an angle this way. You got to deliver it the same way. They got to get an angle that way. You got to deliver it the same way. Then they got to get your partner. You got to do it the same way. Then they got to get their angles. Then they might have to get back angles. You're doing this nonstop, and that's
Yeah,
what you
yeah,
see,
yeah.
hours, hours and hours. So, and you're going, you get a break, you get lunch, and then it's back to it, and then it's like, all right, let's go. We got to get back, and then you on it and on it, and so it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. So, um, that's pretty much what it is. It's just nonstop movement. I mean, you may have some times, depending on what set, because every EP is different. So you may have, some sets where you laughing, in between or something like that. And, there's some sets where, they might not want you to laugh. They want you to get in and get out. So I just go according to whoever hires me. Whatever they do, that's what I do. Whatever they, how they want you to flow, that's how I flow. I always respect that. I respect whatever their rules are. I make sure that I try to maintain my professionalism. you know um I don't like get caught up in, other little things. I try to, kind of sometimes I kind of get in my own little space so that I can, just stay focused. You know what I mean? Um, that's pretty much it. I mean, and you do that for hours,
Yes, yes. So when people have to work like 14, 16, 18 hours a day, yeah, that's what Krystal is talking about. So now can you explain to me what is your approach towards getting out of character? Because so a lot of actors struggle with that. And I was talking about this to William Swift, shout out to him, and we was
Mhm.
talking about the Heath Ledger situation. So I want to know how how do you get out of character?
Mhm. So what I do is I don't go in too deep. I try not to go in too deep so that
Gotcha,
I
got it.
don't have to come out. I will say for the first time ever, we wrapped a film that's coming out. It's another one with Tanja and Rocky Blacksmith Enterprises and Tanja Shoe Lady, and it's called "Don't Play in My Face." This one is a different role, and I had to go deep, and
Yes,
for the
yes.
first time, I felt it like the next day. Like, when we were done filming, I was like, wow, I'm still here in this place. I gotta,
Yeah, that
you
hits you,
know,
huh?
yeah, I gotta get out of it because I had to go to something different. I just had to go to a different character, different. It was different. It was different. And so for me, it's a deep story. So, I just had to allow myself to infiltrate my family around me, you know what I'm saying, so that I could get back up.
That right there is important. Yes.
Yeah, to get my energy back up.
Okay, well, thank you for sharing that. Because I
You-
know because this process is so different for for everyone who's in
Mhm,
this field. So I'm
mhm,
really glad that you was able to share your approach towards it. So I
mhm,
appreciate that.
mhm. You
Okay, and so Miss Stevie asked about your beauty regimen. What is your
Oh,
beauty regimen?
my beauty regimen. So now what I do is, and this is gonna sound crazy, but it works. I use old school dial soap. That little gold one, it does wonders for you. They probably won't even tell you this, like, but it does something for your face, and it's just been so amazing, since I've been using it. So I wash that. I wash with that in the morning and before I go to bed. It's very important to always take my makeup off. I take my
Yes,
makeup
please do
off.
that.
Yes, yeah. I
Yeah,
used to get lazy.
yeah, yeah. So before you continue, I'm so sorry.
Uh-huh. No,
I have to insert this, Krystal, because
yeah.
I just wish that some of the Tubi movies will stop making it look like y'all go to bed with your makeup on. Y'all don't sleep with a beat face. Can y'all stop doing that? Remove your makeup in bed. Y'all be in your sex scenes, beat face. Y'all don't be doing that. Some of y'all have bonnets and scarves on. Can y'all stop that?
But you got a point. You got a point. Depending on the producer, you got a point. Yeah.
Yeah, can y'all stop doing that? Y'all giving these people a false sense of reality when y'all do that,
Well, and some people are really good about that. Some producers are real good about that. They'll be like, no, you can't have that, take
Yeah,
that off, or whatever. And then, some just, will let it ride, whatever,
yeah.
But no, I get it. I get it.
But go ahead. I'm sorry. You was talking about you making sure that your makeup is off. Go ahead. Yeah.
Yes, yes. So, because I used to get lazy sometimes, and I would leave it on, sleeping in it, and that was like a big mistake. So don't do that. And then what I do is I use a moisturizer. So I use Cetaphil, and I put Cetaphil on, and then I've also started using the sunblock. The sunblock, because I didn't really realize that we needed it like that, but we do need it. So
Yeah.
we have to use
Hmm.
it
All
every
year round.
day. Yes, every day. So that's been a major part of my regimen now moving forward. Is I make sure that I put that on that sunblock. What's the other name? I don't can't think of the other name for it. But I use like the 50,
Oh,
and then
SPF. Hmm.
yes, SPF,
Hmm. Hmm.
and I put that on, and that's normally what I do. Um, that is normally what I do, and then sometimes from time to time, I will tell you I am a TikTok fanatic when it comes to that TikTok store. So
Oh, yeah.
I'll
Oh,
that
okay.
thing, that little Metacube thing they have. So it's called Metacube or something like that, and the little Korean pads. Those are good too. So I use those sometimes as well. I'll go in and just do like a clean with those, like maybe twice a week, and those work really well. I'm not sure what they putting in them. That is the main ingredient, but they work really well.
Okay. Yeah, no, Miss Stevie was saying that she keeps her, keeps wipes on deck to keep her makeup off, and
Mm-hmm.
she says she loves Cetaphil and
Mm-hmm.
Olay. Yeah, so that's what she was
Oh.
saying. And so yeah, I think Miss Stevie was asking me as well what my regimen is. Mine is so simple. I
Mm-hmm.
use the African black soap, the real African black soap. If you see like the black soap that is actually like black as crystal shirt, that's not the real soap. That's not real.
Okay.
That's not the real stuff. It has the natural black soap has like natural ingredients like with plantain skin oil, palm
Mm-hmm.
oil, and you know it's real because when you get the bar and as you use it, if it looks like a turd, that's the real bar. Because the reason why it looks like that is because it don't hold as much as the regular soap because it's natural ingredients. So
Got
that's why my mom used to always to tell me like, "Oh, that look like a turd right there," as you keep using it. But yeah, that's what I use on my skin, on my face.
Now, where do you get that from? Where do you
I
get?
get that from Amazon.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, Amazon or the health food store. Yeah, so yeah, the black soap, and also I just use I can't pronounce the name, the toner, the witch hazel. It's not rose water.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Come out, yeah,
yeah,
and then during the winter time for moisturizer, I use coconut oil as a
yeah.
moisturizer, and then during the warm months, I use like an organic lotion, like Avalon. I think that's what it's called.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's just my basic regimen right there.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So she said, yeah, the safe black soap is everything. If not, then turmeric. Turmeric, yes, very good for the skin. Turmeric,
Yeah,
very
yeah.
good. Yeah, yeah. So thank you for sharing your regimen with us. So I
Oh, yeah.
appreciate that. And
Thank
so
you.
but I also wanted to kind of like go over because we unpacked so much, Crystal, and I thank you for that. You sharing your journey as an innovator and also as and also marketing guru when you said about how you had your own production company at a young age and you was able to, price gouge your candy so you can be
Yes.
able to be successful in it and you gross $10,000 and like I know
Mhm.
you downplayed it, but no, you shouldn't because that is awesome right there. So you was able to be so innovative in your journey and
Thank
when you got into into the acting space as well as the music and
you.
all
Mhm.
these things that you was able to accomplish. I just wanted to make sure that I gave you your flowers,
Thank you.
because you definitely deserve it.
Thank, thank you
Yes,
so
I
much.
definitely want to give you your props. I definitely want to do that before, we
Thank-
leave here. But I also want to have some fun with you. So remember the script. Don't forget the script. But
Oh yeah,
before we
let me
yeah,
pull that
before
up.
we get into that though, we're going to get into that in a minute. But before we get into that, I want to do a little bit of this or that with you. All right?
This or that. Okay.
Yeah, all righty.
Here they come, yo. Here they come.
All right, this or that. So I'm gonna come up with random stuff, and you can't plead the fifth. You can't choose both. I'm gonna come up with two things that you have to choose one or the other.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm gonna start with the skin, because I know we're talking about beauty stuff. So Elf or Mac?
Mac.
Okay. I know
Mhm.
I had a feeling. I had a feeling. Blonde or brunette?
Oh, ooh, brunette.
H spot or woman to woman? I
Oh,
know.
you
I
can't
got
do
you. I
that to
got you.
me.
I got you.
Oh
Yep.
man.
I you. I had to.
I have to say H back because Missy is like I've lived with Missy. Missy is like one of my favorite characters ever.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. So
But I love Shirley.
yeah, oh, yeah, yeah. Okay. Oh, now we love Shirley too. In our own little unique way. All right. So I'm gonna do a little bit of old school with you. I'm gonna do a little old school. All right. Charlie Wilson or Jeffrey Osborne?
Charlie Wilson.
Oh, that's one of my boyfriends too. That's one of my
Love Charlie
boyfriends.
Wilson.
All right, all right, all right. So, Israel Horton or Jonathan McReynolds?
Israel.
Yeah, okay. All right. I'm gonna be messy now.
Oh no.
I'm gonna be messy. I'm gonna be messy. Because it's going out. Okay, so Jamal Bryant or Brian Karn?
Really? Oh man. And you said I can't plead the
Nope,
All
absolutely not.
right. I'm gonna go with Jamal. Jamal Bryant. Jamal Bryant.
Jamal. Okay.
Jamal.
And speaking of Jamal, Walmart or Target?
Walmart.
And you got to hesitate. He was like, oh,
I'm still trying to boycott Target.
oh,
I'm still
okay.
trying to boycott Target.
I know it's hard. I know it's hard.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Lavender or eucalyptus?
Oh, lavender.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm also gonna take you back. I'm gonna take you back to the childhood days. All right.
Okay.
So sofa 8 or blue magic.
You know what? You really did. I'm gonna say Blue Magic because I still got Blue Magic in my
You
cabinet.
still do. You still use it.
That Blue Magic coconut oil. That
Oh,
coconut oil.
I'm talking about the blue grease. That's
I
what I'm
know,
talking about.
but the Blue Magic is still the Blue Magic. I just do the coconut oil though because
Oh,
when I take my units off, I put that in my natural hair.
oh, okay. Got you. Okay. Oh, speaking of units, lace front or weaves?
Ooh, 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 ooh. So many different reasons why.
I know, right? I know, right?
I guess you know what. I, oh, okay. Look, if you want to stump me, ask me about hair, okay? All right. You know what? I would say lace front.
Okay. And so cherries or strawberries?
Strawberries.
So when it comes to lipstick color, red or nude?
Nude.
Okay. And so I want to get you good with this one. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Let me see. I want to get you. Because I like to get people stuck. I'm gonna stick people. I like to just really just get. I just want to get to them. Are you okay? Oh, living single or girlfriends?
Maxine Shaw,
Living
attorney at
single.
law.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So blouses or button down?
Blouses.
Okay. So now when you and I like to ask this question for some reason. I know people think it's weird, but cereal, cereal first or milk first?
So I don't drink milk.
Not at all, like not even coconut milk?
No, you know what? I do drink, but I haven't. Well, you know what? You don't need to go down that rabbit hole. Okay.
Okay.
So almond milk. Almond milk. Okay. So if that would be, then it would be cereal and then milk.
Okay, I do the opposite, so that's why I asked.
That's different.
It's more
That's
crispier.
different.
It's more crispier that way, and it doesn't
Oh,
sog as easy. It doesn't sog as fast. You do milk
okay.
first. Yeah. I know people think it's weird, like, well, like who puts milk first? I'm like, yeah. Okay, so oatmeal or cream of wheat?
Oatmeal.
All right. And I don't know why people say oatmeal. Why y'all be dissing cream of wheat like that? I don't know why. I feel some kind of way now, Krystal. Why y'all be dissing cream of wheat?
I never really ate cream of wheat like growing up. I didn't really like it growing up.
No.
Mm-mm.
Okay. All right. I get it. All right. I'll let you slide.
Yeah.
Okay. So now, which one you After Party by Coffee Brown or You Called and Told Me by Jeff Red?
Who? What's the second one?
You called and told me that you wanted to leave.
I don't know that.
Okay, Krystal. Give me your black card. Give me.
Where did it come?
Give it to me.
Don't you
Give it to me.
Don't you remember?
Give me your black card now.
Let's rewind the beginning of it. Remember I said there's some songs I don't know.
Yeah.
Remember I
Yeah.
said because I wasn't allowed to listen to
Oh, okay, I understand that, but still, but that one,
what year did that come out? Like
that was in the 90s or late 90s. It was a club hit.
Why do I not know that? I don't know that one.
Okay, I'm gonna do another one.
Okay.
I'm gonna do another one, but listen to that after this. Yeah,
Okay.
you probably it'll jog your memory when you listen to it.
Okay.
But okay, let me give you another one. Okay, so okay, I'm you familiar with I'm For Real by Howard Hewitt? That song.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm For Real by Howard Hewitt,
Mm-hmm.
or God, I can't remember the name. Do What You Do, Jermaine Jackson. Why
Oh,
don't
that was a
you do
jam. I
what you
like do
do,
what you do.
did?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I almost forgot it. Okay, yeah, so yeah, that was good. That was good, Krystal. Good. All right, so now, all right, so get your scripts. I'm looking forward because I love to do this segment more often. So thank you for doing this for me. So get your script.
Okay.
And remember where I told you to start from. So I'm gonna start first, and then you get. It's like I think it's first for first.
So I had to pull it back up on
Okay, no problem.
the
Go ahead.
iPad. So
All right.
which line did you say to start on now?
Think it's time to set things straight because the beginning part is they're monologuing back and forth. They're talking. So they start at they start at the I think it's time we get this straight.
I think it's time we get this
I don't want to
straight.
get too much away because they're supposed to guess what it is. That's the purpose of this.
Oh, okay. Well, let me
Yeah.
hold on. I'm trying to. It was easier when I was finding it on the phone, but on this, hold on. Right, this one.
Yeah, that's all right. You know, it's
Familiar. You need a. It's not. Oh, okay. I got it.
got it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Krystal. So you know I gotta coach you on this because you never know who's watching, Krystal, because I know you're not without talent. So I need for you to give this all you got, because I want you to just kind of feel the passion and just take from that woman to woman role that you had and just get into that space that you had before and just get into that. So are you ready, Krystal?
I got you.
Are you ready, Krystal?
I'm ready.
All right, so what we're gonna do right now, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna act the part.
Action.
Action. I think it's time we set things straight. Okay. See, I got see now. I can't even see. Let me turn on this light real quick. I can't even see. I'm over here talking my mess. I can't even see. Okay, now, all right, now I'm back. Okay, so I think it's time to set things straight. Sit and talk face to face. There's no way you could mistake him for your man. Are you insane?
You see, I know that you may be just a little bit jealous of me.
What?
But you're blind if you can't see that his love is all in me.
Oh yeah, okay. You see, I try not to hesitate. I didn't want to say what he told me. He said without me, he couldn't make it. And through the day, ain't that a shame?
Baby, maybe you misunderstood.
Mm-mm,
'Cause I can't
mm-mm,
see how he could
mm-mm.
want to change something that's so good. All my love was all it took.
You need to give it up. I done had about enough of you.
It's not hard to see. The boy is mine.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry you're confused right now. But he belongs to me. The boy is mine. You get that.
Once you do the things you do, you keep on acting like a fool. You don't need to know it's me. Oh, you need to know it's me and not you.
That last
And if
one.
you didn't know it, girl, it's true.
I think you should realize that to try to understand why he is a part of my life, and I know it's killing you inside, girl.
You could say what you want to say, but what we have, you can't take. From the truth, you can't escape.
Oh
I could,
goodness. This
oh,
this
I
this
could tell the
right
pill
here.
from the fake. Was that my line too? I could
Yeah,
tell the
no,
pill from the
yeah, no,
fake.
no, that's all right. We're gonna involve. You need to give it up. I told you I had about enough for you. It's not even hard to see. Ray Charles can see the girl in the boy's mind.
Oh, I'm sorry that you seem to be confused. But he belongs to me. The boy is mine,
Not yours, but mine.
not yours, but mine.
Mine. Not yours,
Not
mine.
yours, but mine.
And scene. Love it. That's Krystal Monique, y'all. I did a scene with Krystal Monique. That's what I'm talking about.
No, that was fun. That was fun.
Right. You're like, oh, good, good. I'm glad. I'm glad you said. Yeah, that was because Stevie always gets it. You know, see, Stevie always gets it. Yeah, she always guesses it. But you need to see the ones I did with other actors I had on here. It was
I'm
so.
gonna
I
have to
love
look.
it.
I'm
I
gonna have to
love
go
it.
back and watch.
Yeah, I just did one with Stephen Allen Davis. I don't know if you're familiar with him, but I just did an interview with him this past Sunday, and we did one.
Okay, okay. But I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna check it out.
Yes, absolutely. But thank you so much for playing with me, Krystal. You did such a great
You're
job
welcome.
on that.
You're
Yes. So
welcome.
now these are these final two questions that I love to ask before we wrap up, right?
Okay.
And so I enjoy the answers that I receive. So this question here, Krystal, if you had the opportunity to have 5 people at the CDA table, dead or alive, who would they be and why? I need the why for each person.
Um, it would be my mom and my dad because I always want to honor them. I always want to be around them.
But no, but you would so it's just two, so one for mom, one for
Yep,
dad.
that's one too.
Oh,
hmm And then um Jesus, because I want to know if I'm making it in.
yes, yes.
So I would love Jesus to be at my table. And I would have to say my grandma Claire, just so that I could ask her some questions, about growing up. Some things that I don't think I answered.
And
You know,
okay, okay.
I would
Fair
just
enough.
ask her. And then my grandfather, because my grandfather passed away when I was a baby, so I never knew him. I didn't get. I was like one of the people, like one of the youngest ones, so I didn't get a chance to have a relationship with him.
Nice, nice. Okay, I love that. I like that. And straight to the point. I like that too. And so this question, I take from the late James Lipton from Inside the Actor Studio. So Krystal Monique, when you enter into the pearly gates, what would you want God to say?
Well, I want him to say, "Well done. I am so proud of you."
Mm.
Hey, even though you you almost didn't make it, but you made it, girl.
Like you barely made it by the skin of your teeth, right?
No,
Yeah.
I sincerely want God to be like
Be
pleased.
pleased. Yes,
For sure.
absolutely. I
Yeah.
like that. I like that. Yeah. Yeah, I like that. So, but I really, Crystal, I just want to say again, I really want to give you my sincerest gratitude for really, offering up space for me, space and time for me. I
You're
really
welcome.
appreciate it. Yeah,
You're welcome.
absolutely.
Thank you for
So
inviting me.
absolutely, yes. I mean, and I'm glad you answered. I was hoping that you would have. I'm really glad you accepted. I'm glad you accepted. Yeah, and so I want to know, is there any final words you have for us?
Um, just thank you for supporting. Thank you for having me. And make sure you guys check out Break a Leg. Make sure you guys download the UCO app. Check out Age Block. Pillow Talk. We got one that just dropped. Ivy. Check out Ivy on UCO. There's so many more. But follow me on Instagram, Krystal Monique 1. Krystal with a K, Monique 1. The number 1.
Mhm.
So follow me, chat it up with me.
Yes, absolutely. And yes, and thank you so much, Christian, with your thick accent. I really appreciate all of that. All of that. I was loving it. I was sitting here loving all of that. Yes.
It is big. It is.
Yes, yes. I love it though. I love it. Yes. So thank you so much. And ladies and gentlemen, this is Krystal Monique. God bless you, ma'am.
God bless you too. Have a
All right.
wonderful evening.
You're right. You too. Bye-bye. Yes, Krystal Monique was in the building, y'all. She was with me. She spent some time with little on me. So I thank you so much for spending time with us. And so I hope that you enjoyed the interview. And I really am grateful for her presence here. And please make sure you check out her work. Support these wonderful creatives out here who are just doing the damn thing and doing it well. We need more support. We need more backing, and so I really hope that you are continue to support us, and thank you so much for tuning in. So let me see, today is Wednesday, so hopefully I'm going to have my little commentary in between, but in the meantime, in between time, please make sure you tune in next week Wednesday, where I'm going to be having Boss Babe award winning actor Carl, aka K Star. He's also a recording artist as well. He is in the cast of Chasing Atlanta, as well as the Scene ATL. That's just the first season just wrapped a couple of weeks ago, and he executive produced that along with his partner JT. So please make sure you come into the building. I'm going to make sure that the flyers are up as well. So please make sure you tune in for that interview. So hopefully, like I said, I'm more, you never know, I might pop up, you know, within the next couple of days, get my little take on something, and I'm gonna, announce something as well. So make sure you tune into that. And I really hope that you enjoyed today. Those who was in the bushes, those who were um uh in the going to catch the replay, those who are in the live on real time. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for your engagement in the chat. Shout out to each and every one of you. And let's just do what my girl Tamara says. And comment and share. Don't make you aware. Faith is the substance.